This is Stephen Tucker doing my cultural speech and showing my audience here. In 1963, my grandparents eloped in the Mexican town of Rio Bravo, Mexico. In the same year, my grandfather joined the Navy and was shipped overseas to Japan. A few years later, when they returned to their hometown of Corpus Christi, Texas, things were different. The Civil Rights Act had occurred and integration had taken over the city. So they were soon to meet their new Hispanic neighbors, the Garzas. Now, the two families got together so well that my grandmother ended up learning recipes from Mrs. Garza. And one of those recipes was chili. So, why am I telling you this? In many parts of the US, Christmas dinner is often associated with foods like ham or turkey. But in Texas, a pot of chili on the stove is often associated with Christmas. As a seventh generation Texan, my family's been serving chili for generations. And though this is a personal connection, it also reflects a wider regional practice. So today, I want to talk about what makes Texas chili distinct, explore its origins, and explain how it became associated with Texas. To understand why chili holds such a strong place in Texas culture, it helps to understand what makes Texas chili distinct. This dish is a regional meal defined by simplicity and strong cultural identity. It mainly consists of two ingredients, chili peppers and meat. Now, there's a common debate in Texas of whether or not beans belong in traditional chili recipes. And while I could dive into that debate and give my side on and my arguments over it, I'm not going to because this isn't a persuasive speech, nor is it a debate. It's enough to say that the debate itself of whether or not you want beans or not in your chili, it demonstrates how deeply embedded chili is in Texas culture. So now that we understand what makes Texas chili distinct, let's explore its origins. Texas chili likely evolved from chuck wagon cooking on the frontier. This explains its reliance on cheap cuts of meat and dried ingredients. Tough stew meat could be tenderized through long cooking hours, and non-perishable ingredients like dried chili peppers, onion flakes, and garlic powder could be used to enhance flavor without expiring. Likewise, thickening agents like vinegar, molasses, and cornmeal could be used without going bad. Together, these characteristics show Texas chili and its origins as a simple dish that was born out of necessity rather than presentation. Because Texas chili developed as a practical, sustaining meal, it's not surprising why it eventually became a Christmas tradition. Texas chili is a slow cooked, comforting meal that's perfect for warming you during a cold winter night. Its reliance on inexpensive ingredients and ability to batch cook makes it ideal for large family gatherings. It also doesn't rely on precise timing or intricate presentations like other more formal holiday meals. And this aligns historically with the approachable nature of Texas traditions in general. Over time, chili became more than just a practical winter meal, though, and it developed symbolic meaning. For many families, preparing chili at Christmas time is a labor of love that connects them to family members, both past and present. This tradition reflects continuity across generations and reinforces a strong cultural identity. And in this way, Texas chili functions more than just a food, but as a repeated cultural practice that connects history, family, and celebration. Together, these qualities explain why this style of chili is more than just a regional dish. Texas chili is an expression of Texas culture. and it's shaped by history, practicality, and tradition. By understanding what defines Texas chili, its historical origins, and how it became associated with Christmas, we can reflect on what that means of Texas's shared values and identity as a as practical and approachable. For families like mine, preparing chili at Christmas is not simply about eating a meal, but about continuing tradition from the past generations to the present. In this way, chili serves as not just a mere dish, but as a cultural link that connects my family. So now that we've done that part, we are going to go to the Q&A section. So first question.
What do you think matters more in chili, tradition or personal taste?
For me, I feel like personal taste is really important because at the end of the day, it's up to each and every individual family to put their own spin on it. And I think that's what makes it special. So it follows a general guide, but you can also change it to what your taste buds like. Next question.
Do you think chili should follow strict rules, or is it okay for it to evolve over time?
For when I cook chili, I go by strict rules just because it can evolve over time, but you don't want to lose what it originally was in the first place. And if you do, then that's fine. I'll never tell someone that what they have is not Texas chili, but it also if it starts becoming less distinct from other styles, then you kind of lose what makes it special. And next question.
What other types of chili are there, and how do they differ from Texas chili?
I know there's different styles of chili across the country. There's Colorado style. I think there's New Mexico style. There's Cincinnati style. And what makes them different from Texas? Cincinnati style is very like thick, almost like what you put on a chili dog, basically. They serve it over spaghetti, which is kind of interesting, similar to like a bolognese. And then Colorado style is actually kind of similar to Texas chili because it's really like it uses thick cuts of meat, but actually thicker chunks than Texas does. And it's also really hearty as well. I'm not exactly sure what all the styles are, but I do know that the way it differs from just a general American style of chili is it's a little bit simpler than some other types of chili. Some people will put like corn salsa and stuff in their chili, or but in Texas, it's really about using real chilies, and it usually has a little bit more of a kick, and no beans as well. So, anyways, I think that wraps us up. That's all our questions. So, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.